It's the Sunday Chronicle on Stacks 92.1. It's the Sunday Chronicle. We gon' give the news and keep you up to date. From crimes to the politics, you gon' know what's up about your way. We give 2 thumbs up to everyone out here doing their thing. We gon' show mad love to all the ones working hard in communities. It's the Sunday Chronicle.
Good morning and welcome to the Sunday Chronicle. I'm your host, Yanice Jackson, coming to you from Stacks 92.1 FM. This is the platform for community because community knows what community needs. I'd like to thank all my listeners and followers for being here again once on this bright Sunday morning.
And for buying your book.
Yes, and for buying my book. And
what's the name of that book, by the way?
That book is called Notes from the Trail. Oh, what book? Do you mean this one that I have right here?
Oh, that book right there, Notes from the Trail?
Isn't that a nice looking person on the front
yes,
there?
It is.
Who's
very classically divine picture I see there. Classically divine.
What would you say I was thinking if you looked at that book there?
Where's my wine glass, boy?
Okay.
That's what I thought. First time I saw it, I was like, I am just pleased. Where's my wine glass, boy?
Go get it. But see, that's the glory, though. That's the glory.
Absolutely.
That's the come up there. That's the come up picture.
Absolutely.
Like, here I come.
Absolutely.
So it's Notes from the Trail, a journey of life, lessons, love, and self-discovery.
And where can someone find that book?
Oh, you can find that on Amazon.com. You can find that on BarnesandNoble.com. You can find that at your local bookstore if you're in the greater Lansing area. And that is Social Light Society. That's where I had my first book signing. Or you can come and see me at the...
next book signing.
The next book signing is going to be in Jackson.
In Jackson, Michigan?
In Jackson, Michigan. You know,
right.
That's part of my local, because the 10 cities, the U.S. tour does not include the whole Lansing and Michigan thing. I'm going to be all up in that thing anyway. I'm talking about outside. I got to go out.
Fair enough.
But anyway, this is not about me. This is about my guest. Because my guest sponsored the show. This is my guest and my friend, and she is something else.
Now, why would you say that? Like, what is your guest's name?
My guest's name, her name is Mrs. Teresa Bingman. Esquire, honey.
Esquire.
Put the emphasis on that. I gotta add the letters.
I feel like it's another situation. Where's my wine, boy?
Yes.
And make sure you wear the pink thong this time, boy.
No. Are they fanning her?
No more black. I want pink.
No.
Oh, they're absolutely fanning. Absolutely. And bringing the cotton candy grapes.
Cotton candy grapes?
You haven't heard of the cotton candy grapes?
I have not. Are those the big ones?
They are so hard to get, but they're in the grape section of any store. But they sell out so fast because they're so delicious.
Grapes run on run.
Make sure you get your Cabana boy to get you some.
On the Sunday Chronicle only, and you heard it first on the Sunday Chronicle.
Heard it first.
All right. So we're going to shift to my friend again because, you got to keep that attention span, on a guest.
I be distractful.
Me too. We be distractful. Okay, so anyway, we are going to go back to my sponsor. And Teresa, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for sponsoring the show and just being a light in this community and communities beyond. Everyone, she is a legal consultant. She does so many things, but I want to give her the floor as she just is so eloquent and can expand on her experience better than I can. Miss Teresa.
Thank you so much, Yanice, first of all, for this opportunity to be here with you and Span today. This is a wonderful experience already, and we're just getting started. So I am here to provide whatever information your audience would be interested in hearing about, and I'm sure you know what that would be.
Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. Didn't she sound like she was on the stand?
Yeah, but, as a lawyer, you kind of work in billable hours. You're just out here offering free information. It's like, I don't know who is listening right now, but you better start listening close, because when a lawyer starts giving away information, take every morsel.
But do you have to say this is not legal advice because it's a show, or are you going to give legal advice?
She will say, she's a lawyer. Teresa knows exactly how to say it.
Okay, well then I'll let her get the legal advice then. Okay, Teresa.
Okay. So do I give free legal advice? I often do. And mostly because I'm interested in the people in my community thriving. So I do provide free consultations, which I hope would lead to the individual hiring me to represent them for their legal matter.
So you're in charge of Bingman Law. Tell me what kind of things that you do as an attorney.
As an attorney, I chose to become a sole practitioner. This is my 36th year of practicing law, and I have quite a range of experience in terms of the types of cases that I've been responsible for handling. And starting my law firm in 2017 was, to me, a gift from God, because I've been able to get involved in cases. Not only are they interesting cases, but they're cases that have really made an impact on communities.
When you say sole practitioner, what does that mean?
That means I'm the only person in the law firm providing the legal services.
Okay. Is that because you don't want any partners, or because you don't have any partners yet? I mean, you just started. So which direction are you looking to go in?
So it means that I have the opportunity to choose the cases that I work on. If I worked for a law firm, I would be assigned cases based on the cases that came through the door.
Right.
The question of partnership, I am all about partnerships. And one case to provide an example for is that I'm part of the class action litigation team for the Flint Water Crisis.
Ooh.
That is definitely a partnership.
That's what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah. How many lawyers are involved in that so far?
Many, many, many. So on my team, there are about 15 to 17 lawyers. Whenever we were going to court regularly early on, now this case has been litigated since 2016.
Yeah.
It was on a typical day in court, there would be about 75 attorneys representing class action clients as well as individual clients.
Right.
Wow. How do you put your mind around that? It just seems like it would go on for so long.
Well, that's part of the problem, because the problem affected so many people.
Yes.
And the state of Michigan at the time made no pathway towards remuneration or reparation towards the communities affected by policies they put in place. Mm-hmm. So it's all messy on who gets what back, and everybody has to prove harm. Everybody has to demonstrate harm. Everybody has to show up in court with that harm so that they can be believed, especially if it's a jury situation, or if it's a judge situation, it's up to them. But it seems like there's so many hands all going to one big pot, and it's all against the state of Michigan, who's going to pick and choose who's going to receive the benefits first. And who knows? I mean, that's a question. Teresa, how does the state of Michigan choose which cases they're going to hear first? Or is it just by alphabetized name? Or is it by who's got the most effect from the lead pipes? How does that work?
Span, it sounds like you know a lot about the legal system. So you explain that.
I watched a lot of LA Law when I was a kid. Thank you very much.
Yes, I learned a lot from that too.
Yeah, some of those television shows you can learn a lot, but what I find myself doing is critiquing those shows, saying that would never happen in real life.
I don't want to get in trouble. See, I see people on the shows do a lot in court. I better not do that.
Yeah, because most cases don't really go to court. A lot of those situations that end up in court on TV would have been negotiated behind the scenes, right? And settled out of court. But for the sake of having a TV show where someone gets to yell and point at somebody and make for great drama, they take these cases to court that ordinarily wouldn't go that far.
So are you telling me it's not really like Suits? It's not really like that. I was thinking on that. I want to get my JD, and I want to be on Suits.
You gonna read a lot of paper. You're gonna file a lot of paper, and you're gonna sit at a lot of boring conference calls and Zoom calls with people just so this is what had happened to me that one time, and I'm sorry, I forgot, Your Honor. No, it's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. So you had a question regarding how everything is sorted out in such a complex case like this.
Yeah.
We filed complaints in the state court system as well as the federal court system.
Ooh.
The federal court system, Judge Judith Levy in Ann Arbor is the key person who actually presided over these cases. They were consolidated with the state cases.
Okay.
So for the class action cases, we have settled almost all of the claims that were filed against the governmental entities and individuals, including the state of Michigan. Although Governor Gretchen Whitmer was not the governor at the time that this happened, she was the governor who settled the cases. And there has been over $600 million for settlement proceeds so far. The case that is still pending that I'm involved in is against the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA.
Ooh. But that was also during a different administration, though.
That was during the Obama administration.
You know what? This is getting real good. I mean, this is real good, y'all. But I got to take a break, okay? But we're going to talk more about all of this big pot here in the federal and all that. But not before reminding you that you're listening to the Sunday Chronicle, heard every Sunday morning on Stax 92.1 FM. This is the platform for community because community knows what community needs. We'll be back after this.
At Lansing Community College, I'm learning for my future. LCC offers 1- and 2-year pathways to careers in healthcare, IT, manufacturing, and other professional trades. More than 500,000 professional trades jobs will need to be filled in Michigan by 2026. So I know I'm learning for a great career. I belong at LCC. You belong here too. Visit lcc.edu/youbelong and enroll today.
And welcome back to the Sunday Chronicle. I'm your host, Yanice Jackson, coming to you from Stax 92.1 FM. This is the platform for community because community knows what community needs. Today we're talking to Teresa Bingman, and she is a legal consultant, and she's just telling us we were going in deep. We dove in deep about the Flint Water Crisis and having like 99 lawyers in the courtroom and stuff. And no, we're talking about the Obama administration.
Yes.
Let's get back into that, Teresa. So let's pick up where we left off.
Well, this is everything else is settled except for this. Is this correct?
That's correct, except there is another case that is ongoing related to an engineering firm for individuals, not class action. But for my class action team,
that sounds criminal.
Well, no, the criminal charges have been dropped. That's another story.
Oh, God.
We were not involved in the criminal part. That was the Attorney General Nessel. And there were some moves that were made that were not supported by the court system. And so the criminal charges have all been dropped.
Somebody about to give a lot of free services to the state of Michigan for a long time. Wow. That's what that is probably.
Wow.
But okay, back to your Obama administration, EPA. You are one of two. We just talked about the other one. This is one of the last cases still going on concerning the Flint Water Crisis after $600 million in class action lawsuit funds and Michigan tax dollars have been doled out due to the dum-dums from our governor and the administrators in the MDEA and Flint. So why are you going after the EPA specifically? What did they do or not do?
So the EPA has the authority and the responsibility to ensure that our drinking water is safe. They are really the final authority on that. They have all these policies and standards and procedures, and even when they knew the water was not safe to drink, they allowed the state to continue to do nothing about it.
Wow.
And you have evidence proving this?
Absolutely. Much evidence to prove this, without a doubt.
Is it like Erin Brockovich or worse?
Sounds like it.
It is. In fact, Erin Brockovich has been very vocal about these Flint water cases from the very beginning. Wow. And we have a different judge for that case, Judge Linda Parker, who is a federal judge. And some of you may know her name from the time that she was the civil rights director for the state of Michigan. So there have been all types of legal moves to have this case dismissed. Judge Parker has not dismissed the case. She has written very strong opinions about the legality of all of this, and her opinions are very compelling. So we continue to litigate, we continue to fight, and we will fight to the end for the people of Flint.
So what is the expected outcome? Like, besides the change of policy at the EPA, which, of course, I'd like to think they've already enacted since we're 2 administrations since, are there funds to be doled out as well for the people who've been affected from the EPA?
That's one of our goals. Certainly, policies have been changing. There have been major investments in updating obsolete infrastructure throughout the United States. You've probably read about the funds that have gone into changing these water systems that are just old and out of date and dangerous, and they create contaminated water.
Yeah,
so in addition to that,
Build Back Better committed something
that was
like,
it.
Yeah, it was $10 billion specifically contributing to switching out lead pipes, not just in Flint, but all across the country, because apparently they had a big problem with this in New Jersey as well.
That's correct. And Jackson, Mississippi.
Well,
is
Jackson,
currently
Mississippi has a
undergoing.
problem with everything, and we're not going to say why, but we here in this room know exactly why. Jackson, Mississippi, the blackest town in that state, has the most issues with everything having to do with infrastructure, having to do with payments, having to do with supporting HBCUs, but I could go on and on. I'm sure you see I've hit a note
But
here.
you know, that's okay. We're going to have another show about that, you know, because we talk about, we connect in communities. So this goes beyond Lansing. So that's very relevant to what we're talking about. I mean, the things that are going on, you know, across the country as far as our environment goes, the things that we're taking in, where we're living, how things affect us in society and underserved communities and things that kind of get brushed over. You know, this is a problem. And then after that, just thinking about that, how do you put a number on somebody that gets sick? You know, if I get cancer or if my kidney shut down from whatever, how do you say, oh, I think that's worth $100,000?
Actually, Teresa, how do they do that?
How do you do that?
So we are, to answer your last question, we are seeking compensation for the individuals who filed claims against the Environmental Protection Agency. Those claims were ignored for a very long time. But once litigation started, of course, they had to take a closer look at what had been filed. Anyway, it's complex in terms of how you determine who gets what. It depends on the extent of the injuries, not just physical, but psychological injuries. There has to be proof. And for the cases that were settled involving the state of Michigan, there was a requirement for most of those funds, at least 80% of those funds, to go to children because of not only the profound impact on children, but the longevity of that impact on children. So the dollar amounts are based on the injuries that have to be proven.
Oh.
Wow. How do you prove a child whose brain has been affected by lead and then assign a dollar amount to the upkeep and lifestyling of that child? Like, how is there like some type of like algorithm that they have at the government where it's like, if they were 4 and they drank water in this neighborhood for this long, we know the damage will be starting at 36 all the way till 72. So carry the 1. Like, is that the type?
Wow.
Is that what they have?
Like a whole team, probably, huh?
Experts. It requires, the input of experts, and we certainly hired many experts to delve into this, to analyze everything. One expert who has been involved in all things Flint from the very beginning, who is a major champion, is Dr. Mona Hanna-Attisha. And she has completed a number of studies, and we also relied on the data and the information revealed from her studies, as well as other experts.
Imagine the kind of scary stuff she sees every day.
Yeah. I mean, it's this is deep. So I'm thinking we might need to like lighten the load a little bit and talk about some community service or something. So Chums, I know you're in Chums and you're wearing your lovely red and white. Is that just by chance or why do you wear that red and white there?
Let's talk about the red and white first.
Oh, okay. We talk about the red and white first. Then go ahead.
I am a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated.
Okay.
And we are a public service sorority. And I have been a member since 1982, having pledged at Oklahoma State University.
Okay.
And continuing to serve in many ways. I love this organization because of the things that we do for our community, I've been involved in social action for Delta Sigma Theta since I first joined, serving all the way from the local chapters in Oklahoma City, on my college campus, in Lansing, and also serving for almost 10 years on the National Social Action Commission.
Now, what's the motto for Delta Sigma Theta?
We have many mottos, but the one that people know us for is for our public service, our social action, and our dedication to education.
Okay, so when I go to that website, I'm going to see that at the top probably. I'm going to see that red, that white, or
scholarship and service.
Is it crimson? Is that
crimson and cream?
Crimson and
scholarship,
cream. Scholarship,
service,
somebody,
and
don't
social
come
action.
for me, y'all. Don't come for me because I'm like, I knew it right there.
Yeah, if you say the wrong
yes,
word.
that's what something stopped me. It was a big red flag. I said, no, it's crimson. Okay, so those are the colors, and when I go to this website, it's going to tell me all about this because I think it's great when people in our communities represent these organizations and they can tell you about them and not just tell you about them and wear the fancy gear, but they actually live that life of service. I see that with Teresa. And I mean, how do you divvy your time? You do some other things, right?
I do. I'm very serious about having priorities in my life. And I am a spiritual person, so God comes first.
Yes.
Family comes next.
Okay.
And the work that I do professionally and the work in the community is also a big part of my life. So I just try to prioritize things in a manner that's manageable, but I find that I always need to find ways to give back. And I can do that through Delta Sigma Theta, through the Links, and the Links is another community service organization of professional Black women.
And that's LINKS, correct?
LINKS.
Yes.
You know, these organizations provide scholarships to the community. We provide mentorship to young people. We have both Delta and the Links have a group of young women who we mentor year-round. And these are specific
to women, all of these organizations, correct?
They are specific to women in terms of membership,
yes,
but we seek to enrich the entire community.
That is great. I love to hear that. Now I'm feeling good. I mean, no, it wasn't that I wasn't feeling good before, but now I feel really good.
Well, that Flint Crisis stuff was kind of depressing. So
yeah, I was like,
know what, we got that keeps us uplifted when we're in the community. You know, being of service to people. The Chums is my third organization that I work with, and our focus is almost primarily on uplifting children.
That is wonderful. I started to see a theme with these community leaders. I started to see them in the same places. I'm thinking that's good. I'm starting to, hang out in these spaces a little more. I'm feeling, that warm and fuzzy feeling. I really am excited about these organizations and how I see them taking young women under their wing and mentoring them. And I'm going to say this, y'all. I'm going to have my little tender moment right now. But we have to do this, y'all. We have to take young people under our wings. And even if we're 45 years young, 90 years young, find that person that mentors you and someone that you can learn from as well, to help you move forward in your journey. I think it's so important that us being in positions and reaching certain milestones, that we reach back and help others to get to that point. And so that's what I see in Miss Teresa Kane Bingman, Esquire. Explanation point. Period. Well, I wanted to say period, but I'm like, I cannot just say period because of all the great things you've done. Thank you so much for coming here today, Teresa. And how can people get a hold of you if they want to do the consultation or find out about Chums or whatever else, to just give you a shout out?
tbingmanlaw.com. You can learn all about me, my experiences professionally, and how I am very willing and able to serve you and to represent your legal interest.
We appreciate you, Teresa, and we'll be running a feature on Miss Teresa Bingman in the Chronicle News. We'll also that'll be under the Small Business Spotlight. We'll have her on our websites, and we're going to plaster her all over social media because more people need to know about the lights in our community and what we are doing in this community, because it's not about me, it's about we. And Span, thank you very much, sir.
It's my pleasure.
It's always a pleasure.
I wish I had something more clever to say, my pleasure, but I just say my pleasure.
No, I think you said a lot. You said a mouthful and then some, sir.
Thank you very much.
And that's a lot for me to say because I do usually talk a lot. But anyway.
It is your show.
It is, because he or she who has the mic has the power. So, people, and my guests, or excuse me, and my audience, my listeners, my followers, thank you for your support and helping us get to season 3. And we want you to come back again next Sunday, and I am going to sign out, but not before reminding you that my name is Yanice Jackson, and I'm coming to you from Stax 92.1 FM. This is the platform for community because community knows what community needs. Make it a great day.
At Lansing Community College, I'm learning for my future. LCC offers 1- and 2-year pathways to careers in healthcare, IT, manufacturing, and other professional trades. More than 500,000 professional trades jobs will need to be filled in Michigan by 2026. So I know I'm learning for a great career. I belong at LCC. You belong here too. Visit lcc.edu/youbelong and enroll today.